You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another, almost at the 500s and others.
Yeah, what episode is this? Like 460 something?
Yeah, it's up there.
Look on your podcasting device and tell us what number this is.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Please.
Go ahead.
Yep. All right, everybody back?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. So, hello, Internet. Welcome to TADPOG. It's a show that happens once a week.
Yes.
Weekly.
Yes.
Where two old guys play old games.
And sometimes eat snacks.
Sometimes eat snacks.
I haven't done that in a while.
I got no snacks to eat.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I worry about the snacks sometimes.
Yeah.
No one seems to miss it.
Yeah, like we get a lot of it, so I think they like hearing it, or they want to hear us eat their snacks.
Yeah.
But no one well, I guess trying spicy things. We do get
Spicy
that. We get a
things,
lot of things.
yeah.
I guess people enjoy that.
I think the home for spicy things is video.
I think that's going to be moving over.
I think that's
to
what we need to do.
Patreon.
Yeah. Totally.
Yep.
Because I think it's much more fun to see the reaction.
Much more fun to see me throw up.
You throw up, yeah. Pay $1, see Tyler throw up on Patreon. I don't want to spoil the end of any videos that might be up there, but if
you ever wanted to see a daywalker ginger chubby man throw up?
If you do want to see Tyler throw up, pay us $1, please. Patreon.com/TADPOG.
Because there are two episodes where I do it.
Also, speaking of Patreon, I guess just go ahead and jump in front of this.
Yeah.
We weren't able to do the waifu pillow photos this month because it's kind of been a crazy month.
Yeah.
We're going to do it, and I don't want to. I want to say this so that no one worries about it, but I also don't want it to happen. And I feel like if I say it out loud, it's probably going to happen. Even if we dip under $500, we've already made that $500 mark. So, we're committed to doing that.
Yep.
So it's going to happen. It's just we don't know when we're going to do it. We have not forgotten about it.
Yep.
But I just want to throw that out there.
Yep.
We're going to be recording our next Patreon episode tomorrow with Miller, right?
Yeah. Because I guess we have two, because what we're recording tomorrow will technically be July's Patreon. So it'll be like a day late, maybe.
And $1 short.
So there you go.
Yeah.
But we already have our August video lined up.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It'll be a lot more than a day late because I'm not going to edit it and publish it the same night.
Okay.
I can't do that 2 nights in a row.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. But it'll be it's around the very beginning of August. So that's fine.
I also get to go home tonight after recording and watch Pixels. I'm really not.
Oh, you should be totally jazzed.
Yeah.
Listen, I did that last night. I paid $3.99 to watch it on Amazon because I have the Blu-ray, but I don't have a currently working Blu-ray player.
That fucking sucks, dude. You should have let me.
Both my computer and my laptop are both no optical drives.
PS4 is busted.
PS4 is not working.
Yeah, I remember you saying that it was kind of on the outs.
The rear HDMI port has the most common problem is it comes loose and won't maintain signal. That's what's going on with that.
That sucks.
So yeah.
So you were saying I derailed us. I'm sorry. We're talking about Patreon and stuff.
August Patreon, we did get the Death Nut Challenge in.
Yeah.
From multiple people.
Yeah, we got 3 of the bad boys, which is awesome. Capsaicin Czar Chris sent 2. And you received one from Master Mold, right?
Yep.
Also, I would like to say, when I was going through everybody who was at Exalted Lord Mike of Paducah's wedding last episode, I completely forgot the man with a big dick who was sitting right next to me during the ceremony.
I didn't see him in any pictures, so
he is in a picture.
Okay.
So I sent him a message saying, "Hi." Hi. I felt really
couldn't
bad.
see you for your dick. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the old idiom, isn't it? Yeah. Congratulations. I said, hi. Congratulations on the large penis. Also, I'm super sorry that I forgot. I felt really bad. So Master Mold Mike was also at Exalted Lord Mike of Purdue's wedding. So there. Sorry, Mike.
It's all right. It's all right. He still gave us stuff, so clearly he's fine with it.
He probably sent it before the wedding, so. And he sent it to you also.
That's
so
true.
There's that.
Well, I didn't even go. I fucked up.
No, I think you're Mike's golden boy.
Let's see. So hopefully we can bring back together the same people who did the one chip challenge for this Death Note challenge. So
we're all going to watch Death Note?
We're all going to watch Death Note.
While we eat Death
Nut.
Yeah, and Nut.
Yeah, we're all going to masturbate while we watch Death Note.
And eat hot peanuts.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah. No gloves, like nuts on junk.
You know what? I was not on board until you told me that we were going to be masturbating. So now I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, you love eating nuts, you love masturbating.
Yeah.
Got to make that video. So 3 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, that's great. That's rare. It's rare you get 3.
3 birds.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
And we're still kind of doing our own thing, going through games that we want to play, not any particular list, while we figure out what we want to do. So this week, who requested this? Do you remember?
Dig Dougie.
Dig Dougie.
Yeah, Dig Dougie requested Kabuki Quantum Fighter so long ago, I believe that he forgot that he requested it. And also when I was going through my notes, I was like, Dig Dougie requested this, and it says I have in my notes that he sent us a copy of the game. So I don't know if that's true, but because I don't remember that. But thank you, Dig Dougie. I'm gonna.
Yeah, Ryan might have that. I have to ask him because he has. Like, I don't have room in this house for like my extensive collection, so he still has all that. So I'd have to ask him to check.
But I might have made an error in my note keeping. But thanks, Dig Dougie, if you did. I should have asked you during the Twitch stream, but didn't think about it.
Yeah.
I was laser focused on beating Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
But before we break down Kabuki Quantum Fighter, I'm your bearded host, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
And I didn't bring an intro story. We don't really have a package or anything to open.
We lead very boring lives.
Yeah.
So, and we're all out of masturbation stories. Like, the new ones don't come as fast anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That was a double entendre.
So I thought we could look at some Ask Reddits.
Let's
get a
Trials of Reddit Part 2.
There are some more, so I want to do.
There are more Trials of Reddit.
Yeah.
Dude, what do we do? What are we even doing?
I just need to compile them. But so sometime I'm going to go back.
Oh my God!
Yes, some new Trials of
more.
Reddit.
Yes.
But just looking at Ask Reddit. Let's see. Here's one close to the top.
So explain Ask Reddit to me. What is Ask Reddit?
Ask Reddit is basically where somebody will ask it's poll Reddit. So it's a
poll?
It's a subreddit that you're automatically locked into. You have to unsubscribe from it. So whenever you make a Reddit account, you're automatically in this.
Default subreddit. Hi, I'm Dave. I do not know how Reddit works. That's a lie. I'm asking for those of you listening who don't know.
That's a good point. Because Reddit is a large forum made up of large and miniature communities.
Yeah, and
over almost anything you can think of.
Girls that stick Sharpies in their butts.
Yeah,
that's a thing. And guys,
that's the most important one.
I assume there's guys. They just get downvoted to oblivion.
You're probably right. Yeah,
that's what I've noticed in a lot of the Gone Wild genre subreddits. Is like a dude will try, and then everybody says no, we don't want this. I mean,
go back to Massive Cock where they like that sort of thing.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
But everyone is defaulted into this subreddit. So basically it is someone will ask a question and it's posted to everyone that is on the subreddit, which is a lot of Reddit. So you get a huge cross-section of interesting answers to various questions.
All right, because a whole bunch of different people.
Or serious or...
Right, okay. Cool. I have never participated in Ask Reddit.
I have very few times.
My subreddits are strictly NSFW now. Yeah. Like, I mean, that is the only reason I use Reddit anymore, and that is taken a back seat as well. So
you see, because now that I'm not on any more NSFW subreddits, like it's made my Reddit experience completely different.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. So. You probably come out like feeling good.
Yeah. Let's see, but here's one. What would you like to experience for the very first time again?
Well, sex. Next question. Right? I mean, sex. Next question.
The number one answer is...
sex.
The intoxicating euphoria I felt when I moved out of my parents' place and into my own apartment.
Nope, wrong answer. Wrong answer.
Because what was...
Where did sex rank on there?
If
it's not on there, then this is bullshit.
Natural serotonin production in my brain.
Well, that does happen, right?
Every song in my music library. The night I made my move on my now fiance after being in love with her for 2 years. So I guess that counts,
but that's not... You know what I mean?
Getting my dog as a puppy.
How old are these people?
It doesn't say.
Yeah. I mean, old enough to move out of their parents' house, which makes me think. I think people are not being honest, is my point.
Love, orgasming.
All right.
It's right in the list.
Where is
but
it?
Orgasming.
Like number 18 or something?
It's in the top 10.
And orgasming is so different than sex, too. Like, that's like, anyone can do that, right?
Yeah. Well,
I remember
most people.
being in middle school and being like, anyone can do this. This is meaningless.
Let's see. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Wait, what?
It is a really, really good show. Like, it's not making my list, but
Yeah.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was my first sort of bonding moment with Artsy AJ.
Oh, yeah?
'Cause she
Okay,
also
that's
loved
cool.
that. So, like, if I were to get more tattoos, I think I would get very small items that represent the first thing I bonded with each of the girls with.
You should do that. You should. I'm
So
going
it
to get
would-
the cheetah.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with any children. It has very much something to do with the 36-year-old dude I work with who drew those
Perfect.
things on the whiteboard. So,
So, like, I thought about, like, a blue pitchfork for the Percy Jackson series, which is the first thing that I bonded with Brainy Gatsby over.
chocolate.
Chocolate,
Yeah,
or Chocolate Chica. Maybe a symbol of the air tribe or whatever from Last Airbender.
You are working on a lot of tattoo ideas.
I'm trying to think for
That's a lot of tattoos. Will you get them on your face?
the first thing Ken and I both loved together.
Oxygen.
Mario.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. That's good. Yeah, Mario. Henry and I have a routine at night. He has a Mario Kart blanket. So when he gets tucked in, I hold the blanket up and I ask him who all the characters are and then what number is on it because it's from Mario Kart 8. And it's breaking my heart a little bit because like he is getting tired of the game and I am not. Like I like hearing, yeah, that is Luigi. That is the number 8 and that is Mario. What he'll do is like give me fake answers and it's like I'll get frustrated and be like, you're not even trying. And I'll just like toss the blanket on it.
Go
Like,
the fuck
here you
to
go.
bed.
You're not even trying. You've hurt my feelings.
This could have been a forever moment, but you
But you
ruined it.
ruined it.
My first kiss with my wife.
My wife.
How was your first kiss with Nikki?
I remember the first kiss. I remember kissing her and being like, man, I hope I get a blowjob.
That was pretty good. I imagine how my dick would like that.
Yeah, my dick would probably like it a lot.
That shows she's a really good kisser.
Yeah,
'Cause
she is a
like,
good. She is
if
a
a
good
bad kisser, I'd be like, oh,
Jesus,
I don't want that to suck my dick.
get these lips away from my penis, please. Yeah, but that's totally like, it's totally what I was thinking about.
Because
I mean, I'm just being real here.
my first kiss with Melissa was such a long time and tension-filled thing coming that we were both very, very nervous about it.
When did you have your first kiss? Like 34?
No, I mean our first kiss. Yeah, I was 29. My first kiss ever. And I remember when we finally did.
When was your first kiss with Melissa?
Oh
Like, was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles still on the air?
no. It was like 2000. I don't know. 2000.
But around that time, like, okay.
6, 7, 8. Like,
All right.
I was going to culinary school, so it was at that point.
Really? I figured it was much earlier.
No.
I figured it was like middle school or something.
I when we were going out in 6th grade, I told one of her friends that I was going to, but she wasn't ready for it yet. So whenever I had my arm around her about to do it, that's when she went out because we were at the Beta Club dance. So we were at the middle school like commons area where they would have all the dances, and
Yeah.
we were on one of the benches or whatever. And I had my
Boys
arm
on one
around
side,
her.
girls on the other side, right?
It was a little more mixed.
Oh,
than that.
wow, you guys are adventurous.
progressive. We
Yeah.
didn't want to be square, quote unquote.
I get, yeah, right. God forbid.
So I did the whole like yawning thing and put my arm around her.
Oh,
Yeah.
smooth.
That's what she said, sarcastically.
Yeah, me too.
But I was like,
I don't
hey,
know. I don't know if you caught that. Yeah,
You're
me
not
too.
turning away, so yeah. But then I told a mutual friend like I wanted to kiss her. She's like, "Oh my god, you sure that'd be perfect?" And then after I told her that, I guess she went and told Melissa that. So whenever I did that and I was getting closer to her to try and do it, then her and Good Time Gatsby and Pretty Gatsby both like, oh, we want to do cheerleading, so they went out to the front. And
I remember you've told this story before. I forgot about it until the ridiculous fucking we want to do cheerleading.
So like recently, I've asked her just like she's like, yeah, I did that on purpose because I wasn't ready for it yet.
Yeah, that totally.
Like,
yeah,
okay,
right. Of course.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before that, I thought she was just like oblivious.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, we tell ourselves that.
So yeah, no. I was happier before she told me.
Right. Oh yeah, sure.
I was a happier person.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's like the equivalent of. I remember going back to Cedar Rapids, where I went to middle school. This was like when I was in college, early years in college, and there was a girl that I ran into at a party. Who I went to middle school with. And she was like, I had such a crush on you. And I was like, why did you not fucking tell me this? Because I didn't know. I would have loved to have been all up on you.
I would have fingered you in a garage so hard.
So you might have loved it. There's a chance that you would have enjoyed it.
Do you have a sturdy vagina? Because you would have liked it if it's sturdy.
Yeah. What's the elasticity rating on that bad boy? There's got to be an elasticity rating.
Sure.
There has to be a thing, surely. Like
is
the
your
rubber
vagina
band
made
factory?
of the same ballistic gel they use in Mythbusters?
the slow-mo camera. Just vaginal lips blowing.
It's like shooting a gun. Ballistic gel is the same way by getting fingered by Dave in middle school.
I'd like to say that's not true. I'd like to say that's not true. But, we all learn. We all got to start somewhere.
Yep.
Mistakes are made.
That's how you learn. That's how you get better.
That's how you learn.
That's why it's important to never fake an orgasm.
That you have 100.
It's like, oh, that works. Then we're going to keep doing that. So don't do it.
100 goddamn %. Yeah. I stopped faking them years ago.
Oh yeah, me too.
Years ago, I used to keep warm lotion in my hand and be like, "All right, I'm gonna pull out. Close your eyes." Splurge. There you go.
I just spit.
Yeah, it smells good, doesn't it?
Close your eyes. I'm gonna come in your face.
Split.
Yeah, you feel that cum texture? No, my first kiss with my lovely wife.
Back to the first kiss.
Because I remember as soon as like we started to kiss, she was incredibly tense. Like, this is it. Like, oh God. And because I could tell she was nervous. Like,
people do that like right before, like in a car accident too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because
Okay.
it could have been a car. Like after all the build up and everything that we had,
sure.
like if I had just been the worst kisser, yeah. So then once we actually started kissing, then I just felt her like just melt into it. So I remember after that when I saw the movie Ratatouille, and whenever
I've never seen it.
Whenever they kiss for the first time, that is
Ratatouille and Ratatouille's girlfriend.
right. The two humans.
Oh, okay.
The two main human characters.
Ratatouille is a mouse, right? Or a rat.
Well, no, I guess Ratatouille is the dish that's important.
Oh, really? What's the name of the
Remy?
Remy.
Is the name of the rat.
Who's voiced by Patton Oswalt, right? Okay. Yeah, I knew that. That's the only thing I know about the movie.
Yeah.
Is that
And
he voiced
my
the
garde
rat.
manger chef at Sullivan consulted on that movie.
Really? No shit. That's cool. Like on the rat part.
Yeah. Him being a chef is irrelevant. He's also a rat expert.
Yeah, a ratologist. Like I imagine the studios coming to him and like, does the stomach on Patton Oswalt's rat character need to be larger? We're really trying to go for anatomically correct.
Well, what kind of rat is he? Is he a northern white belly side city rat or
Icelandic rat?
But it was like that where it just like at first she was like, oh shit, this is oh my God, what's this gonna be like? And then just like melted into perfection.
And it was like
so
Ratatouille.
Our first kiss was amazing. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I need to see Ratatouille now,
Yeah,
clearly.
you do.
So I can catch this reference.
And once they kiss, then you can stop. Then you can be done.
Does it happen early on in the movie?
I guess like the middle to 60% of the way in.
It's a good movie. I should see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ratatouille is a great movie.
It's a good movie?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Absolutely. Let's see.
Fine. Sold.
Skyrim is also up here.
Like the first time that someone want to re-experience it again for the first time?
If I had to re-experience a game, of course, it would be Earthbound.
Chrono Trigger for me.
Yeah.
Of
course.
I have gotten into this thing where I don't know if I've talked about this on the show before, but like I kind of had like a rough end of last week. Just like work stuff, nothing like serious, just like a lot of stress.
Because you got a lot of shit thrown on you last minute, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of projects that kind of like came up that needed to be addressed immediately, and a whole bunch of people in my department were out and stuff like that. So, like, dude, Saturday rolled around and it was just like I just Henry's cool. He's like doing his own thing. Nikki's chilling in the living room. I'm just gonna like play Chrono Trigger on the TV in the living room, and I like not even to like progress or anything. I spent 2 hours in the Millennial Fair. Is like that's all I did. Like with the music, I fought Gato over and over again until I could buy the load sword.
See, I've done that shit too because I didn't want to lose that. I wanted a perfect playthrough, but I wanted to get the load sword, but I didn't want to get any guilty votes.
Oh yeah, I got guilty votes. I can't avoid them.
Yeah, you can't. If you leave the Millennial Fair, you get a guilty vote. So for me to get a perfect not guilty, I had to stay there and farm with Gato to get the load sword.
Yeah. I left. I didn't know that if you left, you got a guilty vote. I left a few times to sleep at the house. And I made this really great joke about like premarital sex. Because normally they have all their own beds. I believe. Maybe not. Maybe I'm confusing Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, there are always 3 beds in an inn.
Yeah, I love that.
They're always free.
It's like the Dick Van Dyke.
And you walk and get in your own individual bed.
Yep.
That is perfectly sized for you.
Yep. It's perfect.
God, I would hate sleeping in a bed with just my perfect body dimensions.
Oh, it would suck. It would be weird because I'm used to sleeping with another human, you know. I said human weird. Human.
Human.
Like I didn't believe I was a human.
Ted Cruz for human president. Also an amazing website. Please go to Ted Cruz
for
human
really?
president.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Oh, fuck. Because God, I just love the whole subculture of Ted Cruz being an alien.
Yes, sure, yeah.
Or the Zodiac Killer. Or
I hadn't heard that one.
Lizard, yeah, yeah.
That's your next Call of Cthulhu game.
Well, you ruined it. Never mind.
There goes the fucking surprise. You want to talk about Kabuki Quantum Fighter?
Sure.
Or do you want to do more Ask Reddit stuff?
No, we can do that. We can do that.
I'm excited to talk about it, man.
Okay.
Like oh, do you hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
It sounds like
we're doing this.
But yeah, this is opposite. This doesn't work.
Do I need to read it?
Yes, and
yes, and I believe that's a train noise.
Which ushers in.
No, I have a gun.
I like that it comes back to that every time. Yeah, of course I hear that thing that sounds like a train, which of course ushers in a segment, a long-held TADPOG tradition. Dave, read some Wikipedia. I am going to remember to truncate silence on this episode so that you don't hear the excruciatingly long pause while I pull up Wikipedia because I'm a super prepared and professional podcasting boy. Okay, guys, Kabuki, Quantum Fighter. I do not agree with that colon.
Nope.
I don't see it anywhere on the box art. I didn't see it. I think Wikipedia done fucked up.
We veto that colon.
Yeah. Or as it's known in Japan, Jigoku Kokoraku Maru, which translates to Hell Paradise Round. Is a 2D
Hell, Paradise round.
or Hell Paradise, round. Yeah, we're human entertainment, and it's like we do things a little bit different here. We need games after shapes, not numbers. The next Kabuki Quantum Fighter will be square. We already did circle. We already did round. It's a 2D action platformer video game developed by Human Entertainment and published by the defunct American publishing arm of HAL Laboratory. It came out on the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1991. It came out in Japan like December of 1990, and then like January of 1991. So it had like a really close release. It also came out in Europe, if you're into that kind of stuff, in 1992. I have a quiz for you, Tyler.
All
that
right.
I prepared. What other human entertainment games have we done on this show?
Human Entertainment?
Yeah. It does sound like a company that is comprised of robots making games.
Human Entertainment.
Of course we are all humans here at Human Entertainment.
Sex. Sex and Doritos.
I enjoy procreating with my partner. Don't you, fellow human?
Procreation and acts that are procreation related but will not end in pregnancy.
Yes, and?
No, I have a gun.
Thank you. And podcast over. This has been the Kabuki Quantum Fighter episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I really fucking have. That was really good. We're done. We're not going to do better than that.
So
That's it.
another human or HAL Laboratories.
We'll start with human.
Okay.
Or we can start with HAL if you want, because
Okay.
that was question number 2.
I mean, I was about to say HAL because I remember I was excited when I saw this because HAL's Earthbound.
It's a huge one.
Yeah.
Earthbound. I knew you were going to get that.
yeah.
What else is HAL known for?
Did they have their hand in the Donkey Kong games?
No. They did.
I mean, I know they've been around. They've done good shit.
Kirby is their big thing. Kirby's the big thing. And then arguably the bigger thing, not to me, but to a lot of people probably younger than me, Super Smash Brothers is HAL's. Like, that's HAL's stuff. And they did a few Pokemon offshoots. None of the main series, but like Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Stadium.
Okay. HAL's good. HAL does quality shit.
I like HAL. Yeah, I like their logo with like the wiener dog, platypus kind of thing with the eggs and stuff.
Yes, Dave.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's also HAL.
HAL
There
from
you go.
from Space Odyssey. Yeah, that took me a minute. I was like, is Tyler doing a wiener dog? Like, yes, wiener dog?
This is how wiener dogs all sound.
God, that would be fucking
Yes,
great.
Dave.
That'd be fucking awesome. That's like the idea for an RPG character right there, where it's like he's like just a normal guy with a normal job. However, wiener dogs talk to him, and he can't communicate back to them. They just like throw knowledge at him.
And they get mad at him because they don't respond.
Right, yeah, he's rude. Yeah. But it's all dog knowledge. It's like when we learned in D&D that essentially speak with animals is a really shitty spell because it's like, "Hey bird, did you see that thief?
Hungry."
I need to eat worm." But yeah, hungry is probably more accurate. Like, I feel like dog level is like, "I need to eat worm." Bird level is like, "Danger." Small bear.
Booping.
Yeah.
But human entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything platformy like this that we've played.
Go in a different direction. I like where you're going, but think
Okay,
about
so-
weird games.
Something Kabuki related.
Yeah, Kabuki related.
LSD Dream Simulator.
That's a good guess. Weirder than that.
Weirder
What's
than
the weirdest game we've talked about on this show?
that. Oh shit.
That's not Nekapara. Just like right above Nekapara.
Well, because that's not a game. So.
Oh right. Oh, I correct myself. What is the weirdest game?
Weirder than LSD Dream Simulator.
Here's a hint. You want a hint?
Uh-huh.
It's on the same system as Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
It's a weird ass NES game. I don't know.
Monster Party.
Oh yeah, I thought about that when I was playing this.
They developed
Shit.
Monster Party.
Okay,
You
that
thought about
makes-
Monster Party while you were playing
I did
it?
think about Monster Party when I was
Why
playing
is that?
this.
Just
I guess, yeah, I don't even know why. I guess in the end, the platforming stuff did kind of remind me, or at least the weird. It was the enemy design. I think like the
Yeah.
weirder bosses and sort of the weird fleshy stuff.
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in this game.
Yeah.
They also did Clock Tower,
Oh,
which we played for the SNES.
underrated. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd like to go back and finish that sometime.
yeah. Get the
But
good
that's it.
ending.
I mean, they did other stuff.
Yeah.
But those are the things that we've talked
Okay,
about.
so
at least.
those are two really good companies coming together.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Yeah.
Hal published it, and I hope that Kabuki Quantum Fighter is not what like ended the North American publishing arm of Hal, because it's
Well, I
like
can imagine nothing Kabuki's going to fly super hard in America.
it
so.
is a really weird choice. Like that is probably the weirdest thing about this game is that it does feature a Kabuki theater performer, Kabuki actor. I don't know anything about Kabuki.
Like
Do you?
a Kabukist.
A Kabukist. Yeah, right. Do you know anything about Kabuki? I did it all for the Kabuki. That's all I know.
Yeah.
That famous song about Kabuki theater.
When you hit the question mark, get your Kabuki suit. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. All right. How long can we keep this going? I think it's over.
Because who else have I seen? Was it Samurai Showdown that has a Kabuki warrior that you can be?
I think so. It's been a while.
He has like a big like halberd looking weapon.
I think, yeah, with the pole arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. But it's also tough for me because it's like, I don't really know that much about Kabuki, where it's like hard for me to identify, like, is that actual like Kabuki or is that just something that's similar looking to it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, have you seen, you probably haven't, and I say that just because I know you haven't seen a lot of shitty movies. And I say shitty lovingly. Trauma did in 1990.
That's different.
Right, it's
Yeah.
shitty on purpose. It's like, yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD.
No.
It's pretty good. And by that, I mean it's bad, but it's funny because it is very 1990s and like watch the trailer at least, because like even like watching the trailer is a cringe fest, because they're like, throwing around terms like Oriental and stuff like and it's like
okay.
very
Yeah,
much
yeah,
like this is the night. This is like what I remember when I was 9. Like this is it. Welcome back. It is kind of a werewolf story, but instead of a man being bitten by a werewolf, an undercover cop is kissed by a Kabuki ritualist who infuses his body, the undercover cop's body, with the spirit of Kabuki spirit. I mean, like he's just Kabuki man. So like he goes through like werewolf style transformations, but instead of becoming a werewolf, he becomes a Kabuki actor.
I mean, what I feel like Kabuki is could be totally wrong, because I mean, we studied it briefly in high school and in college.
Yeah, we did not. So what did you learn about it? It's theater,
I know it is,
right?
It's theater. From what I remember, like I said, I could be totally wrong. Somebody will correct me. I forget what law that is on the internet. That the law that you will get more responses if you state a wrong answer than ask a question.
I've heard that too, but I've heard that it's faster responses. Like
okay.
you'll get a response faster if you like post bad information instead of asking a question. Like instead of being like, how do I feed a cat? You would say, I just fed my cat glass. And then just step away and like see, oh, okay. Nice.
Cats love glass. It's really good for them.
Cat food, right? Yeah. All right, check that out.
Because I know they have the white face paint.
Yeah.
And usually like some kind of like flashy ceremonial clothing. I believe it's almost, from what I remember, like seeing maybe one Kabuki performance is like there's a slow like dancing aspect to it. I feel like it's silent a lot.
They do Fortnite dances at some point.
Right, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's about as much as I'm willing to say, because I'm probably really wrong, but that's all that I remember.
And then like the wooden sandals and stuff, right? That's part of it, yes?
I think that's part of the costume.
And it's like, is there some kind of connection to, I'm asking you this because I know you're a Naruto fan. Is there some kind of connection to Jiraiya and Kabuki? Because like whenever he enters, it always does that like,
wow.
Yeah, it does that like ding, 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 no. Like that's
Possibly.
a Kabuki thing, right?
Possibly.
I think that it is, but I don't know. I didn't do research on Kabuki,
God,
Tyler.
I love Jiraiya. God, it's such a good character. I miss him.
Did he die?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. He dies. He dies.
But of course I'm not even surprised.
And it's,
because
I
of
mean,
course
he dies in I could be sad and miss him, but he died in a good way. So
he went out in a good way.
yeah.
That's good.
There's some characters who did not. So.
Oh, really?
But I can imagine.
There are unceremonious deaths?
Yeah.
Really?
One big character just dies out of the blue, completely unceremonious, just dead.
Is it for like the sake of like shit is real? Like is that what it's used for? I
think like the people, because they're in war, so it's just like not every death in war is big and glorious. Sometimes shit just happens.
Man, I want to know who it is, because I want to know how big this character is, but I don't want to know at the same time.
Okay.
So don't tell me.
Okay.
It's bad enough that I know Jiraiya dies, but it doesn't surprise me.
I mean, it is one of Naruto's class.
I assume.
Yeah.
Bummer. Okay, now I'm going through my head like the ones who I know are alive at the end, which aren't many.
Which, man,
because I just don't know.
The latest episode of Boruto, fuck.
So you're staying current with Boruto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has like it's got to be one of the best fight scenes in Naruto Shippuden, and Boruto.
Really?
The latest episode of Boruto. It's so, and they brought it back like one of their best animators to do it. Like
cool.
It's fucking so fucking
awesome.
good.
How far along is that? Like how far into Boruto?
It's not that many.
Are you just saying that to like convince me to watch it, or
no?
Like...
I mean, there's like 40 episodes, maybe.
That's too many?
So.
Yeah, okay. See, we just have different definitions of like how many is a lot.
Shippuden was like 700 episodes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We've almost got Shippuden beat.
Yeah. I mean, Boruto has like no filler though so far.
Give us 2 more years and we will be to the number of episodes that there were of Naruto.
But I'm really enjoying Boruto and how I think it's going to shape up to be like better than Naruto. So.
Cool. I mean, it's more modern, so I would think that
it's a lot more modern.
Yeah. It's weird going back and watching, like, because I've gone back to watch, like, a few old episodes of Naruto, like, old ones, and it's like, oh, this was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're this weird, like, where you don't see anybody really talking on phones, and they relay by messenger, but then eventually you see, like, Team Guy has like headsets on to communicate like once and then not anymore. And
Yeah.
like a Naruto movie, they're in a movie theater and they're all standing on the ceiling because they snuck into the movies. But like you don't see in no other way they ever see anything remotely that modern in the rest of Naruto. So, but in Boruto, they measure that up. They bring it where it makes a lot more sense.
Has anyone yet done a really cool Borat poster like parody?
All the time.
Have you seen it
Yeah.
yet?
No. I thought you meant in Boruto. Like, you see Borat stuff. Like, yeah. Kakashi has a Borat segment. It's really great.
No. It has to exist on the internet somewhere. Someone has.
Borato.
Yeah, I can't be the only one who has thought of that.
He's got on like a headband with the Star of David struck through. Borat.
So Sandwich Pope Phil, please make that poster. Or Exalted Lord Micah Purdue, whoever gets to it faster.
Oh, man. What were you saying? Kabuki?
Kabuki.
Yeah.
So kind of a weird focus, I feel like.
I guess it's a tradition in
game.
Japan that has absolutely nothing over here. Like, whatsoever.
Yeah. It's like I think that like sumo wrestling probably has a bigger foothold in American
Absolutely.
culture than Kabuki does. Because it's like I feel like if we got 100, if we asked Reddit, North America, like. Well, never mind. Everyone on Reddit's kind of nerdy, so like it's
Kabuki's something that
If you ask-
Bobby Hill would get into for like 1 or 2 episodes just to piss off Hank.
Oh man, if it was more than one episode, that would be amazing. I always love it when like something like that happens in a show like King of the Hill, where it's like this isn't like narrative. Like we're not going to really fully explore this, but yet it's a background thing that's going to last for a few episodes. Like that is just such a that's a nice touch. I like that shit.
Hey, gotta love King of the Hill.
It's not streaming anywhere, I don't think, which is
Oh,
a
is it
real.
not?
I don't think it is. I haven't found it at least, which is a real bummer because I want to rewatch
Yeah.
all of King of the Hill. Yeah, and I don't want to buy it on like DVD or whatever. Like,
Melissa doesn't like, and she thinks animation is for kids. So like adult themed shows that are animated, she just can't watch. Doesn't enjoy them.
like
But
it doesn't compute, or
it
she's just like
it doesn't make
nah,
sense
this
to her.
isn't-
She's like this. No,
Gotcha.
this
is supposed to be for kids.
Yeah,
so like La Blue Girl, like completely out.
Oh no, she fucking masturbates.
Yeah, she loves
fucking
it.
Loves it.
Yeah,
she
okay,
loves it.
great.
That's different.
So we'll watch that for the Death Note challenge instead of Death Note. What's the Death Note parody? Porn parody? There has to be one.
No, I think you nailed it with Death Nut. So I think
Oh,
it's
that's
all,
it.
It's all one.
Death Nut. All right, that's fair.
It's a guy who, whenever he comes, he kills people.
The he's got a little black book that has like all these girls' names in
If
it.
I come in them, they die 15 minutes later.
So that's Death Nut. I did see recently on Tadpog Nation that the Fortnite porn parody is Fortnut.
Oh, okay. Yep.
The more extreme version is Fart Nut. That's all gaping anal. You're welcome.
Yeah, just the sound of it.
You're welcome.
Ugh.
And obviously, anal cream pie. Obviously, because
Oh,
Fart Nut.
that's fine.
It kind of explains itself.
Yeah,
I don't know. If, Welcome to our Fortnite podcast. Where we'll occasionally talk about Tiny Toons.
Gaping assholes.
Oh, right, of course. Like a fish
Can't talk
trying
about
to
tiny
breathe
without
outside of
talking
water.
about gaping assholes.
No, can't try. Yeah, try and stop me.
Because that's the Tiny Toon logo when it would stretch out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I thought we were done. That's
No,
great. You
no,
brought
no,
it back. I
no,
love
no.
it.
Babs and Buster Bunny just stretching out assholes. Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
Kabuki Quantum Fighter
Yeah.
is a weird story about okay, so here's the deal. A virus has taken over like a national security computer. I'm going to do a better job
Skynet.
of telling, yes, I'm going to do a better job of telling the story than the game does. There is an opening cutscene where they relay all this information to you.
Very 80s anime.
Yeah, it is, totally. And they're like, and also like subject matter too, because they're talking about like nuclear, they're afraid. Okay, what's happened is, remember I said I was going to do a better job than the game did? I lied.
You already
I
are.
lied. The virus has infiltrated a government computer that has access to the nuke codes, essentially.
Oh.
So the defense is worried. The team of the defense team, they are concerned about these nuclear explosions. So they have figured out a way to fight the virus. And it's not like Geek Squad or anything like that because it doesn't exist yet. But what does exist is a bed that someone can lie down in. We'll go lie down in. Lie down in. And
Deathbed, the bed that eats people.
computer bed, the bed that turns people into data, because that's what it does.
Reboot bed.
Yeah. Scott O'Connor gets in this little
Very
this bed.
Japanese name.
Yeah, I know.
Very traditional Japanese name.
You know what's funny? In the
Scott O'Connor.
this game was localized, of course, because it's a Japanese game. But what's funny to me? Let me pull up the actual name of the character in the Japanese version.
Okay.
I think you might like it.
What should we name him? Scott Connor. Not American enough. Do they
Try
have O's?
again.
Scott O'Connor.
Scott Connor. I think that's taken. Make him Irish. One time when I was in America, I ate at O'Charlie's. I wish his name was Scott O'Charlie. O'Charlie's.
Just O'Charlie's. A man named O'Charlie's climbed into a bed and became a kabuki fighter in a computer.
These are the thoughts of someone who's dying. They're like their coma is ending and like they're dying, and it's just like the fragments of data are just like firing. They're just like Kabuki O'Charlie's.
The Matrix.
Let's see. I'm working on getting that name. It's great. Okay, here's a factoid about this. In Japan, this game was actually a movie tie-in. There's a movie called Japang, I think that's how you pronounce it, where there is, I haven't seen it. I wanted to fucking watch this movie because it was like, it's supposed to be a weird movie too, and it's like, all right, perfect. I haven't seen anything from I don't know anything about Japanese cinema, and it's like, I'd like to see this. Cannot find this fucker anywhere except for on Amazon for $89 or whatever, and it's like, I guess I will not watch that movie. So I didn't get to find it, but that is when Scott O'Connor gets into Databed, it enters the computer. It transforms his mind into binary, shoots it into a computer, and inside the computer, he takes on the form of a kabuki performer. And it's revealed that the databed has pulled his ancestor, who was a kabuki performer, and given Scott O'Charlie's the avatar in the game, in the computer. I'm sorry. So Scott does not look like
Scott O'Connor. I come from a very proud kabuki tradition.
Right, exactly. So it's right off the bat, it's like, okay, I think maybe Databed might be making an error. Someone might want to run I don't know, some kind of defrag on this or something.
Okay, the bed is saying it pulled your ancestors' data to transform you. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It thinks this is funny. It's making a joke.
Sir, Colonel, we've actually contacted the computer. It says that it will help us, but it does not respect you and will not. It keeps calling you a leprechaun.
You're a kabuki warrior. It's calling Nancy. Okay. If Dr. Cox from Scrubs was a computer bed.
I think you just wrote the next RPG that we are going to work on. The name of the RPG is Dr. Cox is a computer bed. Why can't we get in on this stuff where it's there's got to be a market for that. Someone would buy Dr. Cox is a computer bed for $1. It doesn't even have to be a good game. It's just the title. It's sold. Here's my, it's on the Steam sale. Here's my 50 cents. I'll see what this is all about. And it's the video game is press start, and you press start, and it's a recording of you and me. It's a video of us just laughing. In the Japanese version of the game, the character's name is Bobby Yano. The last name quite a bit more Japanese, but Bobby. And in the Japanese version of the game, it is a continuation of Japang. So we're dealing with someone who actually is the ancestor of a kabuki performer.
Okay.
So it's not as big of a stretch in the Japanese version as it is for, Scott O'Connor.
Yeah, because that's what they needed to change to make make the game a success.
Right.
Change the background character as opposed to the main thing you see.
Right, yeah, right. But they couldn't change the Kabuki, like, I guess they could change it, but like if they change the fact that you are a Kabuki performer inside a computer physically fighting the viruses of the computer, this game would not be as good as it is. Like, seriously, man. Like, the weirdness is like the game, I think this is a good platformer. And I think the weirdness of it makes it a great like it elevates it for me because it is like,
I mean, you love weird shit.
I do love weird shit.
Anytime I see something I think is suitably weird on Reddit, I always make sure I send it to you.
Like hentai Subway? Or is it Subway Hentai? I can't
Subway
remember.
Hentai.
I had never. This subreddit is amazing, y'all. Like, remember when we were talking about Reddit earlier, and you were like, "Ask Reddit, yeah, whatever." Make a Reddit account for this one because what it is essentially scans from erotic manga where the dicks have been replaced with Subway sandwiches
and Subway motifs everywhere, like Eat Fresh, Subway, like their advertisements. So it's the hentai girls who would be getting just massacred by massive dicks instead of eating giant Subway sandwiches and crying.
You know, it would be the best thing. Subway can't do it because
Senpai, it's too fresh.
Subway can't do it because Jared done fucked up. But like, it would be great if Subway like embraced it and like reached out to some of the people who have done these and been like, "This is our new advertising campaign." And it's like they could totally do it. Like they could totally just like advertise on Reddit. You know what I mean? Where it's like, this is where this lives. So that's
hey, if Arby's is doing some cool shit, so can we.
look at this roast beef coming.
What is like an anime girl? Like she's leading back from like a roast beef sub with like what looks like cum in her mouth. She's like, when the roast beef's just too juicy.
Right? It's a really, really, really good subreddit. It is like 100% worth your time. Stop reading the news or whatever you're doing right now and like pause this podcast, please, and then go check it out. It's really funny. It was like I was so happy when you sent that to me because it is like the funniest thing that I have seen on the internet in a very long time. Because it's like, I'm getting to the age now where it's kind of like, you know what? I don't think the internet likes me anymore. And then it's like, I get that. And I'm like, yeah, never mind. I still have a home here somewhere.
I can still find love in the darkest corners.
Yeah, exactly. All I need, the key is to stay off of Twitter, apparently.
Yeah.
Twitter's a weird place. Like in a bad way. Like Reddit, like the Subway Hentai subreddit is weird place in a great way. Right? Yeah. So many layers. But yeah, Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Weird game. The premise, if you haven't pieced that together from the premise already, spoilers, I did absolutely love this game. Like, I fucking loved this game. Like, I'm really, really thankful that Dig Duggy suggested that we play this game because, like, I fell in love with this game. And I played it a bit before I streamed because I normally stream the games that we're talking about. I normally do that on Sunday, like 8:30 Central. That's a plug. Come hang out.
Come to church.
Yeah, TADPOG Church. In Jiraiya's name we pray. I played this game way a lot before I streamed on Sunday. And I normally don't do that. So like I got in and I was like, I'm going to beat this game. I had already beaten it twice, like earlier that week. Cause like I started playing this game and it was like, all right, this is going to be my night. Like I'm going to dedicate the night to just figuring this game out. And then once I did that, I was like, I'm going to do that again and I'm going to try to do it better. And then so the third time I beat the game was on stream and it was so much fun, like breezing through this game. It was not a really short run. It wasn't like a speed run. I was like watching the cutscenes and stuff like that. Yeah. But I did a no death run, which was like a big deal for me. I didn't even realize it until like the very end. I was like, did I die? I don't think that I died.
This game, you came over right as I was beating it.
Yeah. I'm really proud
this game was hard as fuck.
It is a difficult game, and that's one of the things that I like. Like, it's challenging. It's like, this to me is like a perfect platformer. I know that sounds crazy, but like to me, a perfect platformer is it's a game that like challenges you constantly, but never feels like it's too difficult to surmount. Like that's perfect. Like that's the difficulty I want in all video games, unless I'm just trying to chill, you know. But like if I'm looking to like play a damn video game, like I want it to feel challenging but not impossible. And it's like that's why I can't get into Dark Souls, because I know Dark Souls isn't impossible. I know it's possible, but like not to me. It does not feel like it is to me. It has to feel like it's doable. And Kabuki Quantum Fighter like does a wonderful job of being like, this is doable. Like whenever I would take a hit or die, I would be like, oh, well, I died because of this. So next time I'll try something different. It wasn't like obtuse. It would just felt like, well, this is just going to take some learning. And then once I learned it, like, this is going to sound crazy because I don't think that like developers were thinking about stuff like this at the time. But like this game feels like it was designed to be speedrun. Like it really does, because it's like a lot of the things in the game, like a lot of the obstacles in the game, even the enemies, like it's so much easier if you're just going fast. It feels like, you know how like in Super Mario Brothers, like you never let off the B button, like you're always just going like balls to the wall, like as fast as you can. That's what Kabuki Quantum Fighter felt like to me, where I didn't want to slow down because I felt like if I slowed down, the game was going to get more difficult.
Well, see, I felt the opposite, because I felt like
Really?
it rewarded you for being patient.
Really?
To try and, not get hit and conserve your chips.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I found myself like, because I could get through it, but I ran out of time constantly. Like I would get through to every stage. If I didn't die from a timeout, like 5 seconds left.
Yeah, but see, that's another reason I feel like this game wants you to hurry, because like the time constraints are limited. Like I feel like they don't want you fucking around. Like this is honestly how I feel like this design decision was made. They were like, okay, we do have enemies in this game that when you kill, they drop hearts, which give the player life, and they drop chips, which give the players ammo for their sub-weapon.
I guess we should back up to like, it's an action platformer where your primary weapon, because you have like your base melee weapon that takes no ammunition, that is your hair.
That's your hair. That's your
whip
big,
your hair forward.
flowing red mane of hair that kills just about anything that's not a boss in one hit.
Yep, and you start out with just like one simple projectile, and every time you level up, you get an upgrade to your projectile.
Right. And what the chips are, the ammos for those projectiles. But what I was getting at is I feel like the designers realized that someone, if they wanted to, could just farm hearts, and they could farm chips and replenish their life and replenish their ammo if they had enough time. And I feel like those time constraints were just like, no,
because drops aren't super rare.
They're not super rare, which is nice, because you a lot of times, especially the first time playing through it, you need that stuff. It's like, God, please, something drop a heart. But like, I feel like that was a design decision where it's like, we don't want to allow the player to farm. Like, we want to limit the amount of farming that somebody can do when they play this game, because it goes against the spirit of the game. And I think I totally respect that. I think that's amazing. I don't like platformers where time is not an issue, Like, I don't like...
Because like Mega Man will require you to spend a ton of fucking time.
Exactly. Yeah. Farming stuff. And it's like... I don't mind doing it in a Mega Man game, because Mega Man, like, those are some really good games. And it's like, it's something where it's like, yeah, that's fine. That's not a big deal. But like, I don't know, man. It's nice to play a game where that is not required and it's not intended. And that's why I felt like Kabuki Quantum Fighter it's why I fell in love with it, because it's like, I do honestly feel like it is a damn near perfect platformer for me.
You kissed it and then we're like, man,
God damn, I turned into butter. When I kissed this game. It was meant to be, is my point. This is like, if you like platformers and you have not played Kabuki Quantum Fighter, play this game.
It takes some getting used to.
It does.
Because usually I feel like most weapons, you come out from the middle. And your attack is at the top of your character in your hair. So that, it sounds like it might not make a difference. It does. But it certainly makes a difference.
It totally does. And something else I want to mention is Scott O'Charlie's hair totally feels like Simon Belmont's whip. other than it not coming out of the middle of his body. Instead of coming out of his torso, it comes out of the top of his head.
Because you have to like tilt and whip your hair back.
Right.
So
And
it takes a second.
then forward. So
Yep.
there's this wind-up period, which immediately made me think of Castlevania. This game reminds me of a whole bunch of other games mashed up. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I get that Castlevania feel.
The Monster Party maybe because like the enemies move like enemies in Monster Party, like the frog people, the way they jump,
Yeah.
or like the enemies in Monster
How they
Party.
hop slowly. And
Yeah.
everything in the game is like very creepy. Like it's got this like biotech thing going on
yeah.
where it's like, and I mean, it's
If R-Type were a platform like Brawler,
Yeah,
because it looks like all
absolutely.
the weird tech and organic,
Yep.
creepy stuff from like an R-Type game.
absolutely. Even I know we haven't got to the bosses yet, but even the final boss,
Very R-Type.
it's an R-type boss
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
like
yeah,
when
yeah.
I was playing it the first time, I felt like, was this like even part of the game originally? Like because
It
it does
doesn't feel like
it
it.
feels like you should be a little spaceship shooting the giant worm creature that is inside like a
Mm-hmm.
cybernetic skull snail shell or whatever it is.
And the bosses are all like very different. I feel like the difficulty is kind of all over the place.
You think so?
Yeah,
Oh, with the
yeah.
bosses?
With the bosses and the levels.
Yeah.
Like I felt like the first, especially the third level. The third level I think
Third
is
level's
by
the hardest.
far the hardest.
Yeah, you're right. The third level is the hardest in the game.
First, like, is sort of like I feel like the first level is challenging, but it's still teaching you how to play it. Second level I felt was difficult. Third level was very difficult. Fourth and fifth, not so bad. I mean, the last level it's platforming moments that I thought like, fuck, okay, these two segments in here are really, really fucking difficult. But
Yeah.
the rest of it, not so bad once you know what you're doing. And I feel like the last two bosses the third boss is also the hardest boss. I feel like the last two bosses were a letdown and how easy they were.
Yeah,
by comparison.
they're a lot easier. That's a good point. I hadn't thought about the pacing. The pacing is a little weird. You're right. Because the third level is most certainly, I think, the most difficult in my opinion.
And
And
the robot boss that jumps up and down and has the two little things. I thought it was like by far the hardest
the
boss fight.
IG-88 spider that jumps on the ceiling
Yeah.
and like you have to use sub weapons to kill him. As far as I found,
Well, because what I did was once you killed the little, because I would use.
because he's got these two little bits that fly around and shoot.
I
you.
used the dynamite to kill the two little bits.
Okay.
And then he would eventually drop.
He comes down eventually. Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, the third level is like another instance of like where I feel like this game mashed a whole bunch of stuff
And
together.
I know it's not dynamite, but I kind of rolled through these cutscenes,
They-
so I don't even know what all the sub weapons are called.
They do call it dynamite in the instruction manual.
Ah, okay.
In the game, they call it a quantum bomb. But
Okay.
like in the manual, they tell you what it looks like, which is most certainly dynamite. Like it looks like you're throwing a stick of dynamite,
Yeah.
cartoon style, like red stick.
Yeah.
Lit fuse,
Yeah.
which I guess is also real life style. I've never seen dynamite.
I've never seen anybody throw dynamite.
I'm sure not.
You do that in a lot of games.
haven't.
Never seen anyone do it in real life.
Yeah, it's really weird. But like the game mixes horizontal and vertical platforming. So in that regard, it reminded me of Kid Icarus. I don't think that's like super common, where it's like the first two levels, horizontal platforming. Third level, it's all vertical, essentially. And then like even in the second level, they had these like vertically scrolling segments. So like that kind of reminded me of Kid Icarus. And there's also a lot of people say that this game looks like Sunsoft's Batman for the NES.
Yeah, that was when I popped into your stream. That's all I was talking about. Yeah.
And I had never played it before. And I beat Kabuki Quantum Fighter like in an hour or so, and I wanted to like hang around for like 2 more hours, so I decided to play the Batman game for NES. And maybe it's because I didn't grow up with it, but I mean, a lot of people draw like similarities between those. Like everyone I hear talking about this game, Kabuki Quantum Fighter, draws similarities in art style to Batman, and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to get farther into Batman, but I don't know. Like
'Cause I've never heard great things about any Batman game until Arkham Asylum.
the NES Batman is like it was well received.
Yeah.
Like it is a good game. It was
Because what the Batman Forever game for Super Nintendo? Holy shit!
Adventures of Batman and Robin.
That wasn't
was
bad.
a good one.
That
I
wasn't
thought
bad,
it was
yeah.
like surprise. I remember we played that, and it was like we were surprised.
Yeah.
and it had the Riddler jerking off the ghosts.
Oh,
Remember?
Yeah.
Who could forget that?
Yeah, write that down for the show notes.
Yeah, that's going to the show notes.
But yeah, I guess I don't have, because I know there are a lot of Batman games. Like there are a lot of X-Men games, and I feel like There aren't a lot that are very good.
I haven't played many that were good.
Yeah.
But honestly, even as a kid, I kind of stayed away from licensed games. Mm-hmm. I just like burned on so many, you know? Like so many times I'd rent a game that's like, oh, the Addams Family, it's probably good. No.
I liked and hated that game.
Beetlejuice, that's probably, I mean, I love that movie. I like the cartoon. This is probably going to be great. Oh, God damn it. I wasted $5 again.
God.
So, yeah, that's, I mean, Kabuki Quantum Fighter, at least, like, I know it's weird because it's like, it is a licensed game, I guess, officially, because it's based on that Japanese movie. But, like, as an outsider, I don't see that, you know? So, like, it didn't have that stink on it going in.
And a lot of the platforming is also based on these platforms you grab onto and swing.
Yes, the hanging platforms. It's a huge mechanic in the game, which honestly makes me think again, like, was this game originally, like, was this game a shooter? Like, was it a space shooter? Like, was it an R-Type style game where it's like they took that and changed it to be a platformer? And because, like, it would make sense because, like, you use these hanging platforms because you cannot touch the ground. And they're not platforms you stand on. You grab them with your hands and hang.
Warrior style, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And once I realized, like, if I don't hold down A, this is much easier. Because I would hold down A and perpetually be jumping and flipping. And
oh, yeah.
Because once I learned, like, I can just stop
hang,
and
right,
hang,
yeah.
then it was a lot easier.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because before I was trying to constantly stay in motion.
But see, those, like, and all those hanging platforms, most of them, 90% of them are very small.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like, they're, like, the width of your character.
And some you can flip up onto, and then, like, you have to time your jumps very well, or, like, a lot of jumps you don't think you'll be able to make, but you can. You can't touch, like, this fleshy sea
like
anemone that's
worms on the ground.
Yeah.
But see, like, what's weird...
Or these green glowing... what are the things in westerns that blow?
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite, thank you.
A green thing in westerns that blow?
Well, no, it's not a green thing, but, like, you see the balls of, like, sticks or whatever that blow across in westerns, like across
tumbleweeds.
The tumbleweed, thank you.
Soccer balls.
Soccer balls. You see these green glowing tumbleweeds that, like, if you touch them, you get fucked up. So
yeah, it's
just the platforming. I mean, once I got it, it was fun.
Yeah,
but, like, getting the hang of that sometimes is very frustrating.
It's tough. Yeah.
Especially in the last level, there are 2 points where it's just like, holy shit, this is like took me like 20 tries to get this one jump down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's the good stuff. I like that because, like, what I like about it is, like, when there's a difficult jump in the game and it does take like 20 tries. What's great is each time I get to that jump is easier. So it's like, it gives me this sense where it's like, I'm learning this game. This is cool. Like, it used to be tough. It used to be a little bit of a struggle to get to this point, but now it's just a breeze. So I like game design like that. I know that is like a very old school game design. Like, I mean, you don't see that a lot anymore other than like Meat Boy and stuff like that, which intentionally is doing it. But I think Human was intentionally doing it with Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Yeah. Like, I mean, I know it sounds absolutely nuts, and you're probably thinking that I love this game because it's so weird, but like that, I promise,
part of it.
That was it. Yeah, it 100% is a part of it. That's the hook. Like, that's what hooked me. That's why I wanted to play this game and why I gave it a shot. When I first started playing it, I did not love it. And it was just like, okay, mediocre platformer. And then I got into it. I was like, oh, okay, there's actually challenge here. And it's like, this is kind of fun to die and learn. So I don't know. It's my style of game. And it's not everybody's style of game for sure.
It's like the first 2 bosses are basically, looks like other humans your size. So that's
weird.
Yeah.
And they move fast too.
A lot faster.
Like, they are, like, I'm used to fighting bosses in games like this where they're huge.
They're huge, and they have their glow in the wheat spots that you have to jump onto platforms that move over there and dodge other projectiles.
Right.
And that comes, but
or Mega Man, where it's like, even when they're small, they have typically like a very distinctive pattern that you learn. The bosses in this game kind of have patterns. Like, they have things that they'll do.
It's hard to tell.
But it's like, yeah, it does feel like at certain points that it's like their positioning is randomized and stuff like that.
The first one I thought was like I thought the first level was much harder than the boss. The boss I just brute force like my way through, just run right into him, hit.
That's the guy who's like the size of you, who like does backflips and then slams his hand on the ground and sends like a kinetic wave of energy to you. Yeah. He is easy to brute force.
Yep. Second one could not do that so much.
Second one is Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Like without the surfboard. Like it just like the first time I saw him, I was like, oh, it's Silver Surfer. Like he does like summon up cosmic balls, disco balls that shoot rays at you. He's tough.
He eventually splits into two, and you have to figure out which one is the real one.
Does the old decoy.
That one took me a little while
to
be able to beat. Third boss, not so much. Third boss sort of reminded me of Welk from Final Fantasy VI. Like it looks like he's in the lightning shell going back and forth.
You're thinking of the fourth one, I think. Because the third one's isn't the third one the really tough one that goes on the ceiling?
Is it? I don't know. I feel like I think the shell one is the one that goes,
okay.
And then the fourth one is the one that goes upside down. Maybe that's it.
I don't know.
Well, whichever.
Yeah.
Shell guy, more not as difficult as Silver Surfer.
He reminded me of those. What were those like? You remember those like monster balls that they would advertise when we were Mad Balls? Is that what they were called?
No idea.
They had like the faces on them that you could like. They were kind of like big stress balls, but they had like monster faces on them.
Oh shit, man!
I can't remember what they were called, but like that's kind of what the snail, the Welk boss that you're talking about.
Because he would go back and forth in a giant shell, and then when he would stop, and like snot tentacles would drop out the bottom, and a bird's beak would pop out, and he'd shoot acid balls at you, and then tuck back and go. It's just basically avoiding him. And then, it wasn't nearly as bad. I thought Silver Surfer was much harder.
Yeah.
Then there's the robot that goes under the ceiling. I thought that was a real fucking hard boss.
He's the hardest boss in the game, I think.
So.
And then the next boss is like a gigantic Imperial droid from Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
Like that, it looked like a probe droid to me, but he's huge. And you have to like climb him.
Yeah, easy as fuck. Because once you just do that one platform to get to the top, and then the gem pops out, hit the gem twice, jump. Hit the gem twice, jump. Do that like 6 or 7 times, blows up dead.
You can brute force him too, I found out, on accident, because I had the wrong sub-weapon selected when I was fighting him. I meant to be like throwing dynamite at him, but I accidentally had the like bolos, home in on an enemy and keep attacking. What I found is even when that top part of him is shielded, the bolos still try to attack him. So anytime it opens, it automatically hits him. And all you have to do is essentially stay up there with him and throw it.
Okay. Yeah, very easy. Like after the last boss, I was like, oh, okay, they're changing the formula up, and this is much easier.
Yeah.
And then after you beat him, there's not really a last level for you to go through. You automatically go.
Yeah, stage 6 is a boss fight. No, it has 2 forms.
And the first form is incredibly
ridiculously easy.
Like first boss level easy.
Yeah, very easy. He's slow. He's the worm creature that's like on the bed of smaller worm creatures that's inside the like skull cybernetic shell thing.
Yep.
Very R-type. Super R-type.
Super R-type. Yeah, because you just hit him twice, then he'll stop. Oh, he's going to throw up fire. Okay. Well, now go move out of the way of that. Go back, hit him 2 more times.
Yeah.
And then he basically then he gets mad. He gets
His
serious.
head falls off.
Yeah. And then the tentacle thing grows back again. Only this time it's much faster. Its pattern is a little more sporadic as it shoots beams 3 different ways. Again, not that hard. You showed me something I didn't know, which was in boss fights, I guess you can decrease your health to get ammunition back for your sub-weapons.
And vice versa. So it's like, imagine in Mega Man, if you could hit pause and be like, shit, I need health, but I don't have any, but I do have a lot of energy for my weapons. Let me convert that to health. That's essentially the mechanic.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that this game reminds me of is Mega Man, because of every time you finish a level, you get a new weapon.
Yep.
And that weapon is powered by ammunition that you pick up from fallen enemies.
And you don't get your health completely restored. You get like 30% health and ammunition back from whatever you had.
Right, at the end of each stage.
At the end of every stage.
Which I think is also kind of neat because your health kind of carries over. So it's like if you do a really bad job on level 1, you're going to come into level 2 with not a lot of health.
Yeah, maybe like a third of your health. So, yeah.
And that trick with the bosses, what I would do is, pro tip, I would right after I beat the boss, I'd hit pause and try to get my health and energy as even as possible so that when they regenerate
at
evenly.
the same rate.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good call.
Because it's like if I finish a fight, what was happening to me was I would get into a boss fight and blow all of my energy because it's like I just want to brute force this thing dead. And what would happen is I would end and then I would have my life almost full. And so it replenishes to max. And then my energy just goes plip, plip. And it's like I have to start the next level with like, 2 little pips of energy.
Because once you showed me that, I just decreased my health pretty far, maxed out my ammunition, and then I brute forced the final boss just throwing dynamite at it until it died.
And that's,
So the last 2 bosses were, I felt like, kind of a letdown in comparison, but
I think that's fair. I think it's very fair. It's a fair criticism to say that the bosses are not paced well in the game.
Yeah.
And some of the platforming is also not paced well in the game. Like the curve is kind of weird. It's not a nice gradual curve up. There's spikes in there for sure.
yeah. But overall, I mean, I don't think I'm as in love with it as you are.
I am
But
not
I
shitting.
kept playing it, so I mean, I enjoyed it enough.
I loved this game. I was at work thinking about this game and I was like, I'm also not done with it. I want to play it more. The speedrun record for this is like I think like 10 minutes and 38 seconds or 37 seconds. I don't think I could beat that, but I do think that I could probably beat this game in like if I tried, maybe like 28 minutes or something like that. I mean, like, and even Edgelord Kyle, he mentioned to me, he's like, you probably have a better shot at like speedrunning this over like Ghosts and Goblins. And I was like, you're 100.
And I was like, fuck you.
No,
Fuck you.
no, you are 100% right because it's like Ghosts and Goblins. There's so many elements that feel random to it, and like sometimes they trigger, sometimes they don't.
Shit,
yeah, glitchy. That's a perfect way of saying it. I love it. I do love Ghosts and Goblins, but yeah, it's got unpredictable shit sometimes. Kabuki Quantum Fighter doesn't have that unpredictability to it. It very much feels like if I memorize it, I can get through it fast,
I watched, just out of the blue, a random Reddit link. I watched a 20-minute mini documentary over the Chaco Mountain N64 Mario Kart level.
Oh, my God.
So,
what do they have to say about it?
It was just because it's one of the most contested, broken speedrun records. Because it's a very easily exploitable level and people trying to figure out. I think now the record for beating it is like 15 seconds.
Holy shit. It's a glitch, I'm assuming, like a...
Sort of, because like they noticed the way the track is just set up is like you can do little tricks to like mushroom, jump, and hop your way up to parts of the track you shouldn't be on and skip huge portions. And so people like finding more and more of these little exploits to try and get faster and faster and faster.
Cool.
Until like one guy figured out like basically what you would do is at the very beginning, you could do like this mushroom hop up to the top that would then have Lakitu pick you up and take you like
farther than where you were?
Much farther.
Ah, so you use Lakitu as a shortcut. Cool.
At first, the people did that for years, and then somebody, a tool-assisted speedrunner, found like the perfect exploit, which was that you could just go over the line, over the start line, and then you could go up all the way, but do it in such a way that you wouldn't trigger Lakitu, but when you fell back on the other side, you could cross the start line and it would consider it a lap.
Wow.
And it's called, like, the guy who discovered it is named Weather Tanko, so they call it the Weather Tanko trick.
Okay.
But it's incredibly difficult to do.
Dude, you saying the Weather Tanko reminded me, like, because it's like in speedrunning communities, like, I just recently also saw like a mini doc that was about comparing speedrunning to hip hop and hip hop culture. And it's like call outs and stuff like that are like a big thing in like rap music and hip hop, where it's like, there'll be shout outs and stuff. Speedrunners like name tricks after the speedrunners who discovered them. So it's like there's this connection there. They're like, it's a really, if I can find it, I like to post it in the show notes, but it's this really cool thing where it like talks about the similarities between like the two cultures.
Yeah.
Which I think is great. It's amazing.
Because once this guy found out this trick through tool assist runs, like, but then for a very long time, no one could actually figure it out. No one could get the precision. It's like that one level in Mario where to do that jump just right that you slide between the bricks, like no one thought it was possible. You had to be a machine.
Right.
Until eventually someone, figured out how to do it.
Right.
Eventually someone figured out how to do a Weather Tinko. And so, like, but you could hit it in like 1 in 200 attempts.
Wow.
So usually they would try it first. If they didn't do it, scrap that run. But if you get it, okay, you got it once. Now finish. Finish the race, like because you're not gonna get a second one.
Oh, I see.
So like eventually, like it took this guy 10,000 plus attempts to get 3 consecutive weather tankos, like, and no one else has done it since. Just this one dude who holds like the 15-second
Wow.
record. So
how happy was that dude?
Oh, he showed his Twitch and he flipped the fuck
I bet
out.
he fucking did. That's awesome, dude.
So it's a cool documentary. I'll send you the link to put.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please. I don't think I'm gonna get into Kabuki Quantum Fighter speedrunning like that. I will just try to beat it faster though. You know.
Well, it's like the Donkey Kong 64 speedrunning record. Like the way people have done that. Like all those exploits to get past all the doors without having to do all the collectibles and shit. Yeah.
The way the game was meant to be played.
Yeah.
Fuck those collectibles. I still that game, Donkey Kong, like I'm sorry, all those rare games for the Nintendo 64 are just not my kind of game.
Nope.
Like they are diametrically opposed to Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Like they are just like plotting, just like I guess I'll go grab this banana over here. They're very slow, and Kabuki Quantum Fighter is like snappy and fast. That's how it feels like, you know, and I like that. I like playing games that are platformers that are fast.
Yeah. Well, Dave, does this game belong on the NES Classic?
I say yes. I say 100% absolutely. I'd even knock off like
Balloon Fight.
a great game. I go way above Balloon. Like this is
Ninja Gaiden.
Okay, the game also reminds me of Ninja Gaiden because it plays similarly. It plays
It
plays
reminded me of that
fast,
too, yeah.
and it's got cutscenes like very kind of like similar to Ninja Gaiden. Although I'll be honest, the Ninja Gaiden cutscenes are way better. Normally, the cutscenes in Kabuki Quantum Fighter are like, "This is Scott," and it like shows Scott's like horrific face. He's like the cyber Kabuki man, and it is just like it's unsettling. And then it cuts to a bunch of people inside a control room going, "I think he's gonna die," and then Scott's like, "Send me on the next mission," and they're like, "Go to area."
Oh, he didn't die. Okay.
Yeah, great. Oh, that's awesome. He finished area 4. Scott, go to area 5. And he's like, Roger. And then it's like the next level. So it's like.
At the end, it looks like you're crashing a space station into a giant cashew.
Yeah, well, right. Yeah, let's spoil the ending. Sure. So you find out that what's happened is the computer virus has beamed itself to a missing satellite. There's a satellite up by Saturn, it looked like, that they were just like, they lost it one day. Earth just lost it, and they're like, "Well, okay, I guess that's
that happens.
I guess that's gone." Yeah, right.
Space is a fickle mistress.
Right. We only successfully launched 1 out of 200 satellites, so this is just regular. And then the virus has taken over that satellite, and it's going to Shining Force 2 style use it to control and launch nukes and stuff like that. Or I shouldn't say Shining Force. Phantasy Star is what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
I got Shining Force on the mind because you've been playing that Game Gear version. But yeah, it is totally like batshit insane. And like the animation of like Scott teleporting to Saturn is like really crazy, but also like just delightful because you see this like the portal appears. It's just this like ring of light that like draws out. It almost like reminds me of like when Magus is like casting a spell or something, and it's like it draws that circle, and then Scott just appears up out of it, floating, and it's like, I don't know, man. It looks cool. I just like how it looks. He comes out of it all badass with like his giant red hair. I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool. But anyway, like Scott blows up the satellite after he defeats the virus, and they think he's dead, and then he's not, and then the game is over.
Yep.
Not a riveting
and you
story.
get access to the sound test.
Which is amazing because you see Scott doing he's bowing down, Japanese style, and he says, "Look forward to my next adventure." And that next adventure does not come.
We're looking forward to it, Scott.
Yeah, I really am looking forward to it. The game technically doesn't have a sequel, but there is another game for the PS2 that takes place in the same universe.
Okay.
It is, I believe, called Seven Sword. I'm not positive. I'm going to look it up right now. But it never got a U.S. release. It only came out in Japan and Europe. And I really want to play this game. Like, I really want to play it. Like, I do not know how I'm going to play it, but I want to play it. There's no way it's as good as Kabuki Quantum Fighter, but like, man, I want to see where this universe goes. Like, where do they go from here?
I'm down.
I know it's like there's a main character who is more Scott-esque, and then there's a female like sharpshooter who uses like dual pistols and stuff like that. I don't even know if this is a platformer. I have no idea.
It
what the
might
game
be a
is
dating
like.
sim.
It very well may be.
Where
yeah.
you date different kinds of computer viruses.
Right, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. If anyone out there can track that down for me or tell me how to play it, that'd be awesome. Seven Blades is the name of it. Seven Blades. I haven't even watched the trailer.
Do you have any achievements?
Yeah, I have a few achievements that came in from Twitch viewers. We've got one coming in from Edgelord Kyle.
All right.
Which is he allowed me to choose the achievement title, which is great. I'm going with getting whippy with it. Na 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 na. In order to unlock getting whippy with it, you whip your hair back and forth. 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 The alternate title of that was Big Willow style.
There you go.
And the next achievement I got is we're not gonna take it. In order to unlock, we're not gonna take it. You need to kill 100 enemies with your main hair whip attack. Named, of course, after the Twisted Sisters hair metal classic. That's coming to us from Ruby Baron Paul Kluel. It was fun to hang out with Paul in a Twitch chat. Like, every now and then he'll hop in. I stream kind of late for him, but it's like, it was really cool. If you don't know Paul, check him out on Twitch. He's What's Paul Playing Today. I know he's been playing a lot of Overwatch recently.
Okay.
Last achievement I got, this is from Sandwich Pope Phil, Quantum Leap. And in order to unlock Quantum Leap, play Kabuki Quantum Fighter while watching the episode of Quantum Leap where Sam brings home a Japanese wife and must battle the prejudice of his hometown and his own mother. That's a real episode. Because I looked it up. I haven't seen it. I'm not a big Quantum Leap guy. Like, I understand the basic concept of Quantum Leap, but I haven't watched a lot of episodes. I didn't even know there was an episode where he like leapt into like the Down syndrome kid until you told me about it years ago. If anybody's curious, that episode originally broadcasted on October 11th, 1989, and it is called The Americanization of Machiko. So there, if you want to be a TADPOG completionist, find it and watch it.
All right. Just like the episode of Highlander where one of the immortals
Where Detective Munch shows up.
A mentally handicapped immortal. To where then it's a big thing about, like, do we kill him or not? Like, he
really? Is that a real thing?
Oh,
no
yeah.
way.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
Do you have any achievements for this game?
Let's see.
And are they? How do they involve like the mental health of anybody? Or?
Well, I've got American Ninja Warrior, which that is where you jump from platform to platform 20 times without touching the ground.
All right.
And that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Awesome.
Because I feel I when I was playing it, I was like, there's a lot of low-hanging fruit here. So.
Yeah, there is. There's also a lot of low-hanging 6 hearts beating in the background.
Yeah, You're right.
There's a lot of that. Like, that is the weirdness. And
Just
there's
muscles just mashing and
yeah. There is a level that looks like Freddy Krueger's back, just like blown up, where it's got like faces coming out of the wall, like. Bleh. So it's if you're into that, I recommend you check the game out. Seriously though, if you are into like, do you like more than one of these games? Mega Man, Kid Icarus, Ninja Gaiden, Batman for the NES, Monster Party. Castlevania. Do you like more than one of any of those? If you haven't played Kabuki Quantum Fighter, seriously, check it out.
Check
it does not have the polish of those other games. It doesn't.
Yeah.
But it like has the spirit of a lot of those games. I loved it.
I think to experience it, yeah, it is worth it.
Loved it. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've got some questions for you.
All right.
I want to know how much this game is on price charting. If you were to buy this game used on price charting right now, how much do you think you would pay for it?
$27.31.
Tyler.
I think it's obscure. It's a late release. It's probably kind of pricey.
I thought it would be a lot less expensive than that.
Yeah.
I was wrong. Actual retail value of Kabuki Quantum Fighter used for the NES on pricecharting.com at the time of this recording. Also, price charting, you got my email. You changed back to your old layout. I really appreciate it. It's making my life a lot better. Is $14.99.
All right.
I think it's worth it. I would totally buy, like, I have considered buying this copy, like a real copy for my NES. Because it's like, if I am going to even like pretend to be like speedrunning this game, I got to do it on actual hardware.
Yeah.
Original hardware. I hate the term actual hardware because like anything is actual hardware. You know what I mean?
Legitimate hardware.
Legitimate original hardware.
Because I played this on Big Dick Pie Baker. Chris Vaughn built for me.
You played it on
Pie
him.
machine.
You were on him.
I laid on him.
You were like, shh, this will be over soon.
Pull your dick out. I'm going to lay on it.
Hi, I'm Tyler.
It's comfortable while you're soft. Do not get erect.
Right? You're breaking my concentration.
Don't make this weird by getting hard.
Your tip can get a little wet. It's fine. That's expected.
You can't help that.
Right. You want to take a guess how much this game is new?
$80.
Very fucking good, man. $84.23.
Right.
There is a graded copy.
$225.
$395.
Damn.
That's the one I'm going to buy.
Good.
I'm going to open it live on stream to play it. It's going to be great. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've had a lot of fun
Yeah, man.
talking to you about this game that I love, that I just found recently and loved. That's the other thing that's really cool about it. It's not like a game that I loved in my childhood. I never played this game before, but it's like, oh, this is an old thing that I knew about but barely, and it turns out I really fucking like it. That's really cool. If, Tyler, you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would give it the sort of scruffy, hasn't been to the opera in a little while beard of one Fraser Crane.
Oh, did you hear about the reboot?
Yes.
The rumors of
and
a reboot?
It makes sense to me.
It
makes
does.
sense.
Yeah.
I mean, John Mahoney's dead. Like,
Yeah.
at the last episode of Frasier, he
Moose
moved to a
is
different
way
city.
gone.
So, say what now?
Moose is way gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hard. That's the hardest part of Frasier to approach.
Yeah,
the
can
lack of
Frasier
dog.
survive? Yeah, the lack
Yep.
of Moose.
Because like Frasier
AKA
and
Eddie.
Daphne can pop in. I mean, Niles and Daphne with their son or daughter can pop in. You know, every now and then. Okay, yeah, I think it in a different city. See how Frasier. I think it could work.
I hope that it does. I hope it's a thing that happens because it's like one of those where it's like really hard to like super get excited about because it's like, is it really going to happen? You know what I mean? But with Roseanne and everything,
It's true.
it makes me
I mean,
feel like
that's
it
still,
fucking could.
It's making it through without Roseanne.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's weird. I had a moment today where I was in the kitchen on lunch and I looked to my right and there's a Cheez-It box, a box of Cheez-Its with a Jurassic Park raptor on it. And it's, of course,
with Roseanne on it.
Roseanne branded
It's like
Cheez-Its.
Roseanne did nothing wrong. Jesus.
Man, this snack food is making a political stand.
The NRA buy Cheez-Its? What is going on?
No, they bought Doritos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, explain it.
But it was like weird because it was like, there's a fucking raptor on.
Doritos are now called American Triangles. American cheese triangles.
Do you remember there was a time in our life where it was frowned upon to say French fries?
Oh, yeah. Freedom fries? Yeah, I remember that shit.
When I go home, I'm going to go through McDonald's and I am going to confuse the teenage worker that is there. I'm going to order freedom fries. And they will spit in my food.
Yep.
But I saw a raptor on a Cheez-Its box and it like all of a sudden like my life kind of like caught up to me and it was like, dude, you are fucking old because like I had like this wave of nostalgia for something that like came out in like 1995. When did Jurassic Park come out? I mean like sometime around then, like a long fucking time ago. And it was like, I was like almost weepy over seeing the raptor on the Cheez-It box because I was like, you know what? You get me, raptor. You're always there for me.
What was it that I saw when Melissa and I went to accidentally went to Nashville for Micah's wedding.
No one buys that, by the way.
I had to stop.
I've received multiple messages saying that's impossible. That didn't happen.
Oh, that is there's very possible. Fucking fight me, asshole. Like, it's extremely possible.
You're gonna fight a few people.
Yeah, fine. Oh, fuck. Melissa will corroborate my story, and you can check my GPS history. You fucking asshole.
No one from the wedding. By the by.
And they say it to you and not to me. Fuck off. Had them out to talk behind my back, motherfucker.
Yeah, they didn't think I'd turn them in, but I did. I'm not gonna name any names. Though. I'm not.
Oh, I know.
I'm not gonna reveal my sources.
Oh, I know. I know. But
I just wanted to share that.
we stopped at the Family Dollar to get deodorant because I didn't bring any deodorant since we didn't think we were staying the night anywhere. And in this Family Dollar,
You didn't bring deodorant to a wedding?
yeah, I know. They had like. It was like some kind of off-brand, like something I wasn't familiar with, like crackers, but branded with Final Fantasy.
Crackers?
Crackers for Final Fantasy Dissidia.
What?
I was like, I'm almost tempted to buy these.
To eat on the show?
Was this a mistake?
These are funnier than rap snacks. Final Fantasy Dissidia crackers?
It was like they were like crackers or cookies or some shit. Not appropriate to be advertised Final Fantasy Dissidia in the Family Dollar.
I didn't know there was a market for that.
I didn't either.
Apparently, Dissidia is like more popular than I thought it was. I don't hear anyone talking about
Nope, neither do I.
it. Except for in my head occasionally when I'm like, you should buy that.
Oh, but Fraser Crane,
Right. Oh, yeah. All right. What beer did you give this game?
based solely on
A Fraser Crane dangling from a chin.
the episode where he sings Three Little Maids from School Are We? So there you go. That's my closest thing to Kabuki theater I could think of.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that fucking journey we went on. Wasn't that great? And I love how you're like Hansel and Gretel. You're like, I realize Dave is not keeping track of where this conversation started from. So I'm just going to put a little breadcrumb. Just a little
Lead all the way back.
There we go. We'll get back.
It all leads back to Frasier.
Don't worry, Dave. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses to sum up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
The reading glasses of Marty Crane.
Ah.
Because that's the important true blue American aspect that's brought to Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
Okay. All right.
Scott O'Connor.
Yeah.
Marty Crane.
Yes.
Here to fight the aliens.
Yes. Together again. A dead man's spectacles.
Yeah, sadly. Man, that guy was good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a huge bummer.
Yep. But we are like way over.
Let's end on a depressing note.
Yeah, exactly. And this is dedicated to John Mahoney.
Yeah. Damn it. If only this were a video, like we could like fade out and then like have the white letters come up.
Yeah, show his picture
Yeah.
and then
Right. Yeah, I'm sure the family would appreciate
definitely.
us tying in our show where we did talk about, I talked about fart nut. I imagine.
it was his favorite porn.
God, he loved fart nut. Yeah, so that's it. That's it for me, man. Here's Dave signing off.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. So don't miss the next episode. We already talked about it beforehand. We're very excited about it.
Yes.
Going to be doing Castlevania Bloodlines.
Castlevania Bloodlines, which is, I want to give a shout
Genesis?
out for the Sega Genesis itself.
And callback.
Which is, yeah, I know, right?
Sega Genesis.
Which is also, the reason we're doing it is because there's a really cool Facebook group that is run by Stephen Michael of Facebook. If you are familiar with Nerdy Thursday, you've heard him call in several times. We met him at TADPOG Prom. He's a really cool dude. He has started a Facebook group where each month he puts a poll out asking what game we should play. And then everybody votes on it, and then he doesn't tally the votes. Facebook does. Facebook doing the heavy lifting. And we play the game. It's kind of like a book club, a monthly book club, but it is for retro video games. And it is very cool. And the game that was selected for this month is Castlevania Bloodlines. And we have the goal of playing every Castlevania game and talking about every Castlevania game on the show.
It's a more serious goal than the play all the Simpsons games goal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure. But we'll get there too.
That's the other side of that coin. On one side of Castlevania, on the other side is the Simpsons.
Yeah, one side we're really excited about.
Yeah.
The other one, not so much. Oh, Virtual Bart. Can't wait. Castlevania game is probably better than Virtual Bart. I'm going to go out on a limb.
Yep.
We'll see next week.
Yeah, we'll see once we hit the 3D Castlevania.
I'm going to come in hot.
Hit
next
Castlevania
episode.
64. Let's see.
I have heard people enjoying that. They enjoy Castlevania 64.
Yeah, when Josh and I played it, we did not.
I can't imagine it being good, but like I hear a lot of people talking about like, yeah, it's good, it's a decent game, as long as you don't like think of it as like a Castlevania game.
As long as you don't picture it as as what it is,
right?
You like that like child molester's perfectly nice guy. As long as you don't think about him being a child molester, it still is what it is.
Wait, is he on a Cheez-Its box? The child molester?
Well, yeah, I said Rose.
Allegedly. Not even allegedly.
Allegedly. Let's see. Our theme song is moved by Sycamore Drive. Link to that track can be found on the show notes at tadpog.com. I even did that early. We needed to.
You're ready to roll, man.
Yeah.
You can find us on Facebook. You know that place where the Retro Video Game of the Month Club is. You can find. I'll have a link to that in the show notes too. It is the. You'll know it. You'll see everybody you know in there. It's the Retro Video Game of the Month Club. Also on that Facebook, you can find us at TADPOG. You can find us on Twitter. We're at TADPOG_podcast. It's cumbersome, I realize. Thank you, everybody, for like the retweets. It's really fucking sweet of you. Also, you can find us on Patreon. Hey, did you enjoy this rambling journey through all things Kabuki Quantum Fighter and some things Frasier? If you did, you can find us on Patreon and give us $1. For $1, you get like access to all the bonus episodes that we've done. And as long as you keep donating, you get access to all our future episodes. And like we said earlier, we're going to be recording a bonus episode with Miller tomorrow on the Adam Sandler classic, Pixels.
Yep.
Pixels. So if you want to get in on that good stuff, I urge you to donate. I really appreciate everybody who already does. Thank you very much. It's very, very humbling.
Yeah, man. So you can call us if you want. We kind of ran out of time on this one, but that's 270-883-2555. You can leave us a voicemail. Instagram, TADPOG_podcast.
Did you say Instagrab?
Instagrab.
Because that sounds like a list of sexual offenders, like it posted on the subway or something. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Watch out for these Instagrabbers.
When Melissa and I were looking for houses, of course we had to do a Megan's Law.
List.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Found one of my high school band.
Say, of course, I had to go knock on the door of all my neighbors.
Of course, I had to be like, yeah, all right. This is the thing.
The government requires I let you know that I'm moving in.
My high school music teacher was on it.
Oh, no, that's a bummer.
Yeah. He's the only one I knew, but there were a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of music teachers.
A lot of music teachers. Let's see, what else do we
Weird
do?
interview process for music teachers.
We're on Twitter. Mm-hmm. That's also TADPOG_podcast.
I got it. We did that.
Oh,
It's
you
too
did that?
cumbersome.
Okay.
We're good. We're good.
I was putting up our Patreon.
We're good, baby.
Talking.
Close this shit out.
All right. How you want to close it out, Dave?
Like Kabuki Man. You don't know what he sounds like, so everyone pay real close attention to Tyler.
Okay. So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn. He just sounds like a yeah. I bet you were picturing a Japanese man, weren't you? White woman. Kabuki Man, I think you might enjoy if you were like a little drunk, because it is, I meant to say this earlier, it is like a bad version of The Mask. Like there are several scenes where it's like, oh, they were trying to do a mask thing here. That's fun.
All right.
Oh, also, you know what I forgot about?
What?
Nikki and I watched it together. I forgot that it was like pretty common for rape scenes in movies in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. It like brought me back to all those like Cinemax movies that I would see where it's like, well, there is a rape in this movie, but I probably will see a titty, so I guess we're just gonna have to play it as it lies.
Sword cuts both ways, man, you know.